we're going. Hi, Kendra and Susan here with our first 2020 episode of Fun with Friesians.
Northeast Friesian Horse Club.
Northeast Friesian Horse Club Fun with Friesians. So just so you guys know a little bit what's going on there with a little bit of the name change is every year Fauna does a Club of the Year award. And basically club member participation is the way that you accrue points. And so Susan and I doing these videos, even though we started it out for fun, it actually helped our club, the Northeast Friesian Horse Club, become the co-winner. I guess we tied with another club for the Club of the Year. And so we're just trying to make it a little bit more known that this is affiliated with the Northeast Friesian Horse Club. Just
we're both
members and both Fauna members and all that fun stuff.
And we're on the board too.
Yeah. So we're just trying to make it a little bit more cut and dry that this is affiliated with Northeast Friesian, just so it makes those points a little bit easier to add up come next year's. And I'm going to put this pen down so I stop clicking it. So, this episode's going to be a little bit of a mishmash of upcoming events kind of thing. We're going to talk about some of the exciting stuff that NEFHC has coming up. We're going to touch a little bit on some of the stuff that Fauna has coming up with the AGM. And I think Susan's going to touch base a little bit on her trip to the Stallion Show in January. So not so much, you know, a bunch of information being thrown at you, more just a recap of how the beginning of the year has gone and is going to go. And we'll kind of go from there. So first off, NEFHC, that really is a handful if you're trying to say it fast, has a dressage clinic coming up March 19th through the 21st. Jennie Veenstra is the, instructor. It's at Settlement Farm in Townsend, Mass. And your registration forms can be found on the NEFHC website, or I'll post the Facebook event to the page, and in the discussions area of that event, the forms posted right there. $150 for an hour lesson, $20 a day to audit. And I think they did a special, like if you wanted to audit all 3 days, it was a little bit cheaper rate, but it's all on the form.
Okay.
Susan.
All right. Jennie Veenstra is a Belgium-based Dutch-born rider with over 25 years of experience in dressage and training horses for elite riders. That's why I think I should ride, just to give her a good...
There you go.
Good ha-ha. Her training principles are based on lightness and understanding, combining classical methods with new insights and natural horsemanship principles. From starting young horses to training horses for Grand Prix, Jennie has had many successes, including working with 3-time Olympian Tinka Bartels. Jennie has also trained under classical master Arthur Cotas, former head of the Spanish riding school in Austria. Jennie has traveled all over the world helping lower level riders achieve their dreams of riding Grand Prix. To reserve your lesson, please complete the form and return the payment to the Northeast Friesian Horse Club. So, just to let you know, you don't need to have a Friesian. It is a lesson with a very talented instructor, and there are, a few spots left. And this is a March, get ready, get set, go. Talk
about a way to springboard yourself into show season.
Yes.
And you don't have to be a member of NEFHC to go.
You don't need a Friesian.
It's open to anybody. Susan's taking a horse. I might be taking a horse. So it'd be nice if some of you guys came, and if you do, introduce yourselves, touch base with Susan and I. We'd love to meet you. I think we'll both be there Saturday.
Yes.
And I'll probably go down to audit and watch Susan's horse go, even if I don't bring a horse.
And you don't have to do it under saddle.
Nope.
The mare that's going, Dan Daly Haber of Mountain View Training Center, the Evita ISF Croon, she is going down there, and it's going to be for IBOP show driving. So you don't have to just be, it doesn't have to be under saddle. This lady has scads of experience and can help carriage as well as under saddle.
So there's our plug for that. It's going to be a fun weekend, a very educational weekend. So even if you don't want to come and ride, if you have, a few hours to come and watch, you might be able to take away some good tidbits of information just from sitting there and listening to the lesson and, watching some other people ride. So that's that. March 19th through the 21st. It's filling up fast. So if you want to go, get your forms in sooner rather than later. So next is the Fauna AGM, which is coming up next week, February 27th and 29th, February 27th through the 29th, sorry. It's going to be in Kentucky. For those of you that are members of Fauna, they've posted a bunch about it on their Facebook page. It was in the last episode of the Friesian magazine that they send all of us. So I think we get it quarterly. Information can be found about it on the website if you do want to go, Friesian Horse Association of North America. One of the cool things they're doing is a breeding stallion auction. So basically they're auctioning off breedings, and they're actually opening it up to those of us who can't go to AGM. So if you want to participate in the auction, but you can't be there in Kentucky, all you've got to do is call Fauna. They'll put you on a list, give you the instructions about how to bid and that kind of thing. And they've got some really cool stallions that they've posted on their Facebook page that are going to be available. This is just what they've told us about. Some might come out of the woodwork between now and when this video is posted and when the AGMs happen. So if your stallion is part of it and we didn't hit on him, I apologize. We're going off of the information off of their Facebook page. So they're auctioning off Julius 486 Sport Elite, which is a cool stallion. He's been over in the Netherlands for what, two or 3 years now, and he just came home. He's from Canada, isn't he?
Yes.
So he's a cool stallion. And then Thorben 466 Sport Elite is another one, and he's right in, is it Michigan?
No, East Coast, I think.
Oh, is it? Tiffany and William Vanderkoy are his owners. Great people. I'm going to let you pronounce that one because I'll mess it up. Deutzen
420 Sport is also being auctioned. Teda 392 Sport from Iron Spring Farm. He is an Anton son. He is being also auctioned, his semen. Chalbert 460, also of Iron Spring Farm. I always get excited because Chalbert's dam is by Ulka, and I love Ulka. Mensa 439, Iron Spring Farm, is also up there for semen auction. And from Iron Spring Farm, thank you, Iron Spring Farm.
Yes.
That's so nice of you. Brand 413 Sport is semen's being auctioned. And then Monty 378 Sport, he is also being semen auctioned as well.
So a nice mix of stallions there. You've got some sport elites, so a really nice blend of, good quality stallions there. So like I said, great way to raise some money, good way to get in on some breedings. You don't have to be at AGMs to participate. Get in touch with Fauna if you want to participate and you're not going to be there. We'll have a few representatives from our club at AGMs. I think
And the rules for the auction should be posted
Yes.
on the Fauna site.
And we didn't look at that, so
Read the
you'll
rules.
have to do your research on that one. But I think our new president, Danielle Piasek, is going to be there.
Yes.
Our vice president, Rebecca Eckard, is going to be there. Our past president, Dan Dolly, is going to be there. So if you see any of them, feel free to say hi. They're fellow board members with us. So I think that's most of...
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more going on at the AGM. There's a couple clinics and whatnot going on along with the meetings. So another good learning experience if you're able to go. I know there's a lot of educational stuff that goes on there. So
take advantage of the trip in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it would be nice.
Part.
It would be nice from here because we'd be out of the snow. But somebody's gonna stay home and take care of the horses. So,
you want the Stallion Show now?
Yes, let's hear about all of that.
Well, it was magnificent, completely beautiful. I love the Netherlands. The hotel we stayed at was very nice. And going to the Stallion Show itself was just amazing. This isn't going to be a long Fun with Friesians. If folks want to send in stuff they want to learn about or more questions or wanting to know about breeding, being it's breeding season, feel free to contact us and we'll make sure we put that in there. But this was the Stallion Show, was just beautiful. Had excellent seats, was right there on the first row, sitting over with Brookside Friesians. And my seat was perfect because I could lean over and see all the stallions coming and all the stallions leaving. It was fun. They had the young stallions. It's always exciting. I'm one of these kind of intense people. I
never would have guessed it.
Yeah, really. Looking at the young ones coming and who they select, and they educate you on why they select them. And you are so thrilled for the owners, and they will pick the ones that are going to go on to the, I think it was in June, they're having a testing for these stallions, and then I think they go from there to the 70-day test if they do good in the June test. That's what I gathered from it. And there was my husband, who is a naval architect, marine engineer, and thinks physics is fun, started doing statistics on the different stallions, because they kind of go according to who the sire is, and did percentages on each, how many of what stallions get, the colts, who came, what stallions, and how many got picked. And it was kind of fun to read the statistical information, which I love my husband. It was kind of cool. I had all the statistics. Alwyn did very good. Marcus did very good. It was pretty exciting. And then they had the Friesian Proms, they call it. And I think when you say prom, I think of putting on a dress and getting a date and being 17 and having a good time, and your parents stay up worrying. No, the Friesian Proms is the Friesian show for entertainment. It was awesome.
For any of you that have been to Equine Affair, it's like Fantasia on steroids.
It is. It's steroids, full orchestra, rock and roll band, horse entertainment. They had, and it isn't just Friesians that are part of it. They have other breeds that come in, and during the educational parts, they use other breeds of horses.
Didn't they have some Dutch harness horses come in?
Yes, the Dutch harness horses were gorgeous. I respect a good horse is a good horse. I don't care
Doesn't matter
what
the
breed
breed.
it is. Yeah. I get excited. And that was extremely entertaining. If you get a chance ever to get a hold of the KFPS and get a ticket, it sells out. It is standing room only. You don't have to sit in the first class section. The other side of the arena and around the sides, it's fabulous. The seating, all the seating's great. And the show was amazing. They had the horses, I want to remember his name. I can't, Anthony.
I wasn't there. So.
I know. He had these horses that he stood up on, and he had loose horses, black horses. I think they were Friesian or part Friesian, and some of them looked like Spanish-blooded gray horses. And he did the most amazing commands to all the horses, and they followed the stop and back up. They were jumping over multiple jumps, all of them, not just the ones he was on. And it was completely amazing. The Dutch harness horses were amazing. The Friesian quadrille was amazing. They brought out the Sport Elite stallions to come out and do their stuff, which was breathtaking. Just the talent and how beautiful those horses are. And in the first class seating, all they do is feed you. I gotta tell you, there's food, there's wine, there's coffee. And if you're over on the other seating, you go down to the main floor, there's all sorts of food to be had. A lot of it's Dutch-based. You can get hamburger if you want. And over in the... I would say it's at the World Trade Center there. There's an area that is just full of things being sold. And if you're a shopaholic, and worse, an equine shopaholic, you're going to lose your mind. It was, I beeline right for the KFPS. It's the first place I stop and see what I can get. Educational. I brought you the book.
She got me the book.
I brought her the book.
So I'm all set up for the level 1 testing.
Judging the Friesian horse. And bridles and saddles and carriages and...
that would have been fun to bring home on the plane.
Carriage, yeah. I want that one. I sure they'd love that. And it's really... And then you have the different... breeders there and different stallion stations, and it's awesome to visit the different stallion stations, who's standing who, and the information on them. We also went to Denuheuvel, and that's Mr. Jan Fomer's stallion station, and Alwyn is there, and it just is. It was like a candy shop full of stallions. I guess, being we were with Brookside, we had permission. We went actually into the EU station where the stallions are, and I was blown away. It was so beautiful, seeing Yawa and Alwyn and Taka and Boat. And it was amazing. We would go out to dinner, and some of the restaurants in the area are above and beyond incredible. My husband and we wanted to go visit, and we went, and I had a blast. Thank you, Rebecca Wildstein. And we went, and my husband loves trains, and I had to do all the translation. He was so proud of me. I got him to Boxmeer, and from Boxmeer we went to Sprong. And Sprong I gotta tell you, those mares knocked me to my knees. And the worst part was, I go, I like that one. Oh, yes, she's beautiful. She's not for sale. You know, there were some for sale. It seems like I had the kish to always pick the ones that weren't. But then we went actually after that, and it was wonderful. We went and looked at Dutch harness horses as well, and looked at a couple foals, and it was an amazing trip. I really think that if you have the opportunity, you should participate maybe once every 5 years, or just do it once for fun. But if you can get to some of the incredible things offered when you go, like I'm going to, you know, you love your Friesians, you got the passion, you want to go to the Stallion Show, the energy off of I mean, it's standing room only at their WTC, and the energy is beyond amazing. And the entertainment, they go out of their way to make sure you're entertained. One of the singers did Elvis Presley. He did a fabulous job. And then we had the fellow that did some blues singing. When the Dutch do beautiful things like this, you know, they sing to you your songs. It's really, they're reaching out and saying, hey, we're really glad you're here. So I really encourage people, and if you know anybody who really likes mathematics, bring them along. You get your statistics. It's funny what you find sexy, isn't it?
Whatever floats your boat.
So if you can send us things you would like for education, we're working on right now, Dr. Brown. We're going to do a webinar on breeding, and we're going to catch up with Dr. Brown, and we will get that posted.
Yep.
And